As a parent, one of the most important questions you need to ask about the school your child goes to is what kind of curriculum do you use? Oftentimes, professionals, school owners, and even self-acclaimed early childhood experts make this mistake. There is nothing like American curriculum. Why do I say that? Like four different curricular approaches emanated from America, and it is between curriculum, framework, and approach. What do I mean? In America, America was the founder of the project method, which happened in the 1980s. America is the founder of the high school curriculum, which was in the 1960s. America was the founder of the early Head Start, which is a federal program, but also have what we call the early Head Start learning outcome, which is also a curricular approach. America is also the founder of creative curriculum. So creative curriculum, early Head Start curriculum, high school curriculum, and the project approach, all of them originated from America. So if you are saying that there's American curriculum, which one are you talking about? As a matter of fact, in Michigan, they are the founder of high school curriculum, but many schools in Michigan could either use high school. There are Montessori schools in Michigan. There are even schools that uses the creative curriculum. There are even early Head Start schools that might use early Head Start approach or high school approach. So when you talk about America, what they use in Michigan is not what they use in Ohio. So they don't have a singular approach in their curricular approach. So you can accept that all of the countries adopted a particular curriculum. You cannot say there is anything like American curriculum. I hope that is clear. Secondly, British curriculum. There is nothing like British curriculum. For example, Britain is made up of 4 countries: England, Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. So all of them, they have favored Eyfs, for example, which is the early years foundation stage, right? As a matter of fact, it is a framework, not a curriculum. So the way they are going to use it in England is not the way they are going to use it in Scotland, because they are different countries. So a teacher in England that is using Eyfs might not be able to understand how they use it in Scotland because it has been changed, because it is just a framework. So if you want to say that we have something that is called a British curriculum, what are you talking about? Because Britain is made up of 4 countries and they are not doing it in the same way, except that the whole of the British countries come together and they are going to adopt one approach, which is not possible. You cannot say there's anything like British curriculum. Also, there is nothing like Montessori curriculum. It is called Montessori method. However, it is from the method you now have a curriculum, because Montessori method is a lot of things that encapsulate a whole lot of things, and from there we have curriculum. Now, are you a Montessori school? You can only be a Montessori school when there are 2 things involved. It's either you are Montessori inspired or a core Montessori school. A core Montessori school is called a high fidelity Montessori school. In this school, they are using the vertical age grouping. Their teachers are trained Montessori experts from reputable organizations, international organizations, maybe a minimum of 1 year or 2 years training. Reputable organization, not 2 weeks training. As a matter of fact, admission in Montessori schools is based on what the class can take. And as a matter of fact, they don't have screen, or they are basically following everything they have to follow. Montessori is a curriculum because you cannot change it. There are materials and there is a way you have to follow it. Now, you might not be able to be a Montessori school, but you can be a Montessori inspired school, because most of the people will just have 1 Montessori material or 2 Montessori materials and they will say they are Montessori school. Instead, you are Montessori inspired if you are not following the core principle of Montessori. Finally, there are people who tell you that they are also Montessori when they don't know anything about Montessori. Instead, they will tell you they are actually mixing Montessori and Eyfs. It's not possible. Montessori is a curriculum. Eyfs is a framework, and they are 2 different things. You cannot bring them together. Also, people will say they have Canadian curriculum. In Canada, for example, in British Columbia, which is a province, they have their own systematic approach in helping their kids, which another Saskatchewan might not even use. So there is no particular approach when it comes to early years curriculum. Of course, you may be right when you say British curriculum for beyond early years, from 6 upward or 5 upward, yes, because you have to follow American principle, British principle, Canadian principle. But for early years, you cannot. So you would rather say we are using an approach that is inspired by the American approach, or that originated from America, or that is inspired by Eyfs. For example, Eyfs is like a British inspired curriculum. So you cannot call it a British curriculum, but British inspired. America, for example, does not have a singular approach to their curriculum. So you might just say we are using an approach that has its origin from America, or is inspired by a philosopher or a theorist in America. And there is a difference between curriculum, framework, and approach. In the next episode, I will explain all of this. But basically, the stereotype of saying that British curriculum, American curriculum, Canadian curriculum, they don't exist. And I hope you have been able to learn 1 or 2 things. Thank you, and bye for now.